The win left the King just $75,000 short of $1 million in stakes. But after the triumph, heartbreak. In winning, the horse had badly injured his off-suspensory. He would not race for another 10 months.
Bill's Heritage and Lady Splendid are both burning turf in front.
The suspensory healed, but the leg would never really be the same again. The King returned in the Premier Stakes at Rose Hill in August 1981.
A long gap to Insignia, run off his feet, followed by More Mink and Tsar Royal, and last Rio de Janeiro. Johnston had no hesitation in letting Kingston Town go 4 and 5 deep on the corner. Prince Ruling is going with him though, and as they turn the corner, Gorham led momentarily, but Prince Ruling and Kingston Town have grabbed him quickly. Kingston Town on the outside got the head in front of Prince Ruling, coming to the 200. Johnston trying to give him an easy run. He's about 3/4 of a length in front. Now he's starting to draw clear, and it's the Town. Kingston Town is going to win with his ears pricked. More Mink got very close to him. Oh, Johnston eased up on Kingston Town and almost threw it away.
A week later, he took the Warwick again.
With about 900 to go, and Lord of Persia just the leader there from Prince Ruling, with Al's Gamble going up 3 wide in a crawling race. 3 parts of a length away then is Checkmate on the outside of Belmura Lad. Johnston has eased Kingston Town back about 2 lengths behind those. When they quickened the pace, he lost some ground there, and last approaching the home turn, Prince Ferrishar. On the bend for home, Al's Gamble wide out had joined Prince Ruling and Lord of Persia. Just behind them, Belmura Lad, Checkmate, and a length and a half to Kingston Town, and a half to Prince Ferrishar. Coming up the rise now, with about 300 to go. Prince Ruling is just the leader there from Belmura Lad. Kingston Town being satellite on the outside, behind them, followed by Al's Gamble. Belmura Lad is the leader. Kingston Town wearing him down, draws level almost. Belmura Lad's fighting back well. Kingston Town gets to Belmura Lad, takes about a head lead. Kingston Town drawing away, hard ridden, but comes on to win 3 parts of a length, only a half at the post. Kingston Town from Belmura Lad.
2 weeks later, it was the Chelmsford again.
Janeiro, one of the stablemates of Kingston Town, is putting pressure to Sutimi. About 3 lengths to Kingston Town, and the last couple are Belmura Lad and Granite King. In this pattern, they travel to the side of the track, 900 metres out, and Rio de Janeiro on the outside takes a narrow lead from Sutimi, and about 4 away Kingston Town. Granite King's on his inside, and Belmura Lad's out 3 deep. 800 metres to go, and they've travelled more than halfway, and Rio de Janeiro a half length on Sutimi. 2 lengths to Belmura Lad, a length to Kingston Town, and Johnston riding patiently, and 2 lengths to Granite King with his ears scrubbed off. 550 out on the Chelmsford as they swing for home, and Rio de Janeiro by a length and a half on Sutimi. A length and a quarter Belmura Lad, and he's taking Kingston Town to the extreme outside to put in his run, and Granite King is absolute. On top of the rise, here's Kingston Town. Oh, brother, the acceleration's there today, and Kingston Town swept to the lead. Belmura Lad second, and then Sutimi, followed by Granite King and Rio de Janeiro. He has that inclination to duck over onto the inside rail, Kingston Town. Johnston riding him hands and heels. He's a length and a half on Belmura Lad and Granite King. Kingston Town is safely holding his rivals. Belmura Lad second and Granite King third, and that's the way.
But by now the speculation was endemic. The horse was forever on the edge of this disaster or that disaster. The next campaign began with an open 1,000-metre handicap at Sandown. Manicato was carrying 63.5 kilos, and Roy Higgins was on board.
You know, in the straight when I did ask him for that effort, even though it was nowhere near a comparison to the Futurity Stakes effort, it was still there, that massive heart of his just said, got enormous will to win.
Now Manicato, Higgins drives him through in the centre to join them once again, and the champ's taken a narrow lead on the corner from Albania. King of the Stars out wide, and then followed behind them Sleeping Giant. By now's got a run on the fence in the straight, and Manicato just the leader. He's nursing him at the moment from Albania, followed by King of the Stars. By now Sleeping Giant. Now Higgins asked Manicato to go. He quickly drew away, running on fairly King of the Stars, but Manicato showing his class, and he's going to win it easily. Manicato scores by 2.5 lengths to King of the Stars.
Again, the Marlborough eluded him.
And Granite King third, and that's the way they
Next start, a piece of turf history. In the STC Cup, he became the first horse to earn $1 million in stakes in Australia.
Kingston Town actually came out first. Sutimi on the inside going with him early. Johnston's got a good hold of Kingston Town.
Banks is going to lead on Satimi by the look of it, and going up second, Al's Gamble in the centre. Lord Warden posting Kingston Town 4 wide, and 2 lengths away in last place, Our Own. Now they settle down in 2 Satimi by a length, with Johnston taking Kingston Town up on the outside of Satimi to be about 3 parts of a length behind him. A length and a half away next then came Lord Warden, and last is Our Own, starting to tail out as they come to the turn. Kingston Town's taken the lead on the bend. He's still under restraint, leading narrowly from Al's Gamble, a little over a length further back Satimi and Lord Warden together. Kingston Town turns just in front from Al's Gamble. In third place on the outside is Lord Warden. Kingston Town being ridden hard but quickly established a break at the 250. Lord Warden ran into second place, and then Al's Gamble, but Kingston Town over on the inside is streaking away in the last bit. He's been given a couple of hard cuts with the whip. He led by about 3 lengths at the 100 from Lord Warden, with Al's Gamble third. And the 6 figures roll over for Kingston Town as he wins it by 3 lengths. 6 is Lord Warden, 4 lengths away third.
As a matter of fact, it was a funny coincidence that he'd have been $55 short of the million if somebody hadn't woken up at the STC and they added enough prize money to make it the million. It was good promotion, and he got the million. He got it very easily. He beat Al's Gamble, a stablemate, and Lord Warden. He'd have beat them both hind legs tied up. But it was still a thrill for the crowd. I think he started about 8 to 1 on, but they loved it. They didn't go to back him, they went to cheer him.
What manner of horse was this who was now a 4-legged headline, a national celebrity? And of course, we can't make the judgments on money won alone. Allowing for the inflation of stakes, Farlap and Tulloch would have made the Millionaires Club. It's more sensible perhaps to forget the money and look at the horse. He could make 3 runs in a race, stopping and starting, and still win. He could run 6 furlongs in better than 1:10, and he could stretch that speed to 2 miles. The speed, the alertness, the quickness with which he comes to hand in training, the toughness, these are the classic Star Kingdom traits, one for Bletchingley. But then he's the image of Mum. Head, ears, jowls, the whole front down to the small hoofs. And Ada Hunter, though she never raced, carries the tough staying blood of Rebo.
And he was Tom Smith's idea of a horse. He had pace, could be made use of coming to the turn and then dash clear. That's the way Tommy likes to win his races.
But he had so much personality, and he had class written all over him. He was just a phenomenal racehorse. A lot of real good horses have got something missing. But this horse, he had everything. Everything that I could possibly think of. He was just 50 horses I'd ridden, 50 good horses I'd ridden, all rolled into one. He just had absolutely everything.
Well, he fell in love with him. But every jockey that ever been on Kingston Town used to come back and say, this horse is a real machine.
He had personality plus. He was like probably Muhammad Ali when he was at his best. He had personality. Some people didn't like him, but if you were a true sports addict, you love Muhammad Ali because of his brilliance in the ring and his brilliance out of the ring. You know, he was a showman. He was a great showman, and that's how I feel Kingston Town was. He was a phenomenal racehorse, and when the races were on, all he wanted to be was a racehorse. But then, when the races were finished and the crowd had just come to life, well, he'd know he'd done his best, and he'd know that all the ovation and everything were for him, and he'd prick his ears.
Well, I don't think it was very much between him and Tulloch. I never thought I'd have a horse could ever match stride with Tulloch, but by Jove, it's hard to separate these 2 great horses.
But deeds speak better than words. And at his next run, one of his finest, Kingston Town gave a dimension to just about all the things we've been talking about. He came back from the 1.5 miles of the STC Cup to the mile of the George Main 2 weeks later. He won in 1:34.3, a champion miler's time, a world-class time.
And travelling towards the 1200, jump and pin the despised Ruffy a length, and a quarter Kingston Town, 1.5 hour Paddy Boy, a half Milestones on the outside, a length of Arbogast, a half and he's outside Night Sophia, and then Prince Ferrashar racing alongside Red Nose. The speed is muddling on the far corner near the 950, and jump and pin a length on Kingston Town, a length and a half to our Paddy Boy on the inside of Milestones, on about a length and a half's gap to Arbogast on the inside rail, over Night Sophia and a couple to Red Nose and Prince Prince Ferroshar. No change in the pattern past the 800. The field of 8 almost in pairs with Jumpin' Pin making play. 3/4 of a length on Kingston Town, a length and a quarter then to our Paddy Boy, who's pegged in a pocket inside the former New Zealander Miser Avon from Knight's Affair. Arbogast next from Prince Ferroshar, and Red Nose is last. The rider on Jumpin' Pin is quickening up as they swing now. Jumpin' Pin 3/4 of a length on Kingston Town. Our Paddy Boy on the rail and then Knight's Affair, but Kingston Town's taken the lead at the 300. Our Paddy Boy in a firm pocket and Kingston Town strode clear. 2:50 to go. Johnston has a quick peep round. He shakes up the champ. Away he goes. Our Paddy Boy getting out, followed by Arbogast, but it's Kingston Town. 2.5 to 3 lengths on Arbogast, finishing well, but not well enough. And the champ Kingston Town makes it 20 successive Sydney wins. Kingston Town from Arbogast and our Paddy Boy. Then came Jumpin' Pin.
Again, the Marlborough eluded him, but not the race every owner wanted to win. The Queen Elizabeth Cup in the presence of Her Majesty at Caulfield. Many, like Glenn Lester of the age, thought it one of his greatest runs.
Just the whole atmosphere is similar to Kingston Town when he won the 3rd Cox Plate. It was just captivating, the whole episode.
Away they go.
Roy Higgins led.
We had 2 great weight for age horses racing against us that particular day in Sovereign Red and Lorman. And 800 metres from home, Sovereign Red took Manicato on. He made us work extremely hard from the 800 metres right till into the straight. And then we left a sitting duck for Lorman, who sat back behind us. And he appeared, and he appeared strongly in the last 100 metres. Once again, that great fighting heart was there. And right on the line, even though most people said that Manicato would have been beaten in another bound, I'm quite sure, or I'm positive in my own mind, that in those last 20 or 30 metres of that race, we were holding Lorman. And I'll never forget the presentation. In the presentation speech, I thanked Bob Hoysted for having the great Manicato fit for a queen, and that truly was on that day. It was one of the real highlights of my career, and to be associated with the great Manicato on that day will be a day I'll always remember.
To My Axeman on the outside, making ground 2 lengths away, then to Silver Bounty. Next is Glenson and further back to Lorman. On the turn, Sovereign Red moving up to tackle Manicato. Looks to be travelling kindly at the moment though. Manicato led by 3/4 to Sovereign Red. Gorham goes for the whip on Sovereign Red. They're 2 lengths in front of Silver Bounty. Lorman starting to run home strongly. At the 200, it's Manicato in front of Sovereign Red. Lorman down the outside, running home quickly. Manicato in front. Lorman and Sovereign Red getting good on the outside. Manicato still in front. Lorman trying hard on the outside, but it's Manicato. Manicato by a neck to Lorman.
Manicato's next race, the Churnside Stakes at Sandown, was to be another turning point. Now the leg trouble began, in the same place it had begun for Kingston Town, in the suspensory ligaments.
And from that time on, we had considerable trouble with his legs, and quite a few vets looked at him at different times and said I was wasting my time. But with the help of my own vet at that time, Mr. Jack Sewell, we kept the horse going. I found from experience and experimentation that by getting ice packs on the horse the moment he'd worked and then after he'd raced, that it seemed to keep all the inflammation out of his legs.
Manicato's greatest public acclaim was still ahead of him.
But they come near to the 600, the field packing up here, and the leader is still Lordship by half a length to Our Planet. Birchwood's gone up 3 deep. A length Canarthus, Berkslaw on the inside, and in between horses Brewery Boy. Best Western badly held in behind then, joined by Hunker's Tribe, and then came Rare Form. Olsen's desperately seeking a run here on Best Western. He's got right up on the inside of Berkslaw. Lordship is leaving the fence. He might get right through here. He has. He's scraping through in the straight, and Best Western's got right through on the inside. Brewery Boy grabbed the lead from Our Planet. Best Western got the run right through on the fence, and Rare Form coming home well down the outside. Best Western under pressure, just leading from Brewery Boy, holding him now, drawing slightly away, and Best Western's done it. He completes the treble, wins 3/4 of a length to Brewery Boy. Ahead away third is Rare Form, 4 lengths to Hunker's Tribe, Berkslaw, Birchwood, then Our Planet, Lordship, Canarthus, and tailed off was Domino. Gold Circle on the rails, they're off, and Gold Circle jumped well. Belmura Lad came out a little bit slowly. One of the first to get going, Miser Avon. Arbogast right up with the lead, so too is Cobra. Also Also Knights of Fore and Palaban is handy, and so too is Bellini when they settle down from High Classic on the outside. Now, would you believe Arbogast led them at the end of about 200. Prince Ferrachar on the outside, and they'll length the Belmura Lad, and the last two as they come down the side are Rivador and Royal Paris. They've got just on 800 metres to go, and the leader Gold Circle, 3 parts of a length to Arbogast, 1 to Cobra, travelling well on the rails. A half length to Mysa Avon on the outside of him, and High Classic's gone up there but wide, and a length further back Guri Pride. Palaban is next, followed by Prince Ferrachar skirting right around the outside of the field, and then Corayo Bay. Next, Knights of Fore on the rails from Belmura Lad, Star Dancer, Moormink, and then Shamrock. They head for home in the Epsom, and the leader now, Arbogast, had joined Gold Circle. They led about a length or so to High Classic, a length further back Cobra. Arbogast rider keeps looking back. He's just the leader at the 200. Gold Circle fighting back well on the inside of him, nothing between them. Arbogast wants to hang in. He's just in front of Gold Circle, who's coming at him again. They're clear now from running on pretty well. Knights of Fore. Gold Circle got past Arbogast, and Gold Circle's drawing away to win the Epsom by a length to Arbogast. Cobra has run third. Fourth home, Belmura Lad from Bellini. At the head of the others, Knights of Fore, Star Dancer, Royal Paris, then Moormink, High Classic. In the straight now, and Eldarina, the leader from Peninsula on the outside, and just behind them, Al's Gamble. Belmura Lad putting in a strong run, and then Cocked Hat at Our Town on the outside. Belmura Lad has raced to the lead with 200 to go. He hung in a little, slightly hampered Peninsula, but got clear of him. Belmura Lad from Peninsula coming near to the judge, and on the outside, Cocked Hat running on, but Belmura Lad is streaking away, and Belmura Lad wins it by 3 lengths. Peninsula second, Eldarina third.
Thundering down near the turn now with 500 metres left to go. Anyone home by a length. Lead Roll moved up second, Segovian Rhythm third, and then Copperama. They're followed by Count Wynyard on the inside as heads were turned for home. The boxer wider out with Benbinga, 400 left to go. Anyone home in front of Lead Roll. Copperama's out 3 wide, then the boxer 4 wide. Oh, Segovian Rhythm almost broken down, or badly checked Segovian Rhythm at the 200 metre mark, and Lead Roll after Anyone home. Benbinga's the danger. Benbinga swept up 3 and 4 wide, and Rose of Kingston running on now, but it's going to be Benbinga. Cook using the whip in the left hand. Benbinga wins the Guineas by 2 lengths. Second was Lead Roll, Rose of Kingston third, and then Fearless Pride, top of the ladder, Gurner's Lane, Kingston.
They're racing up with about 1,200 metres left to go in Kingston Town, in a slowly run race by a half length to Moist, a length and a half Sovereign Red. On the outside of Hyperno, 2 lengths to Lawmen as they race onto the railway side of the track, and 2 lengths to R1. Just over 1,000 metres left to go in Kingston Town, almost joined by Moist, 2 lengths to Sovereign Red, and on the inside there was Hyperno, a length and a half. Next to last is Lawman, and R1 is last of all. 900 metres left to go. Kingston Town, Moist together, a length and a half Sovereign Red on the outside of Hyperno, close behind them Lawman, and a length and a half to R1. 700 metres left to go. Kingston Town about a head to Moist, a length and a half, then Sovereign Red. They're followed by Hyperno, a length further back to Lawman, and R1 is last of all, about 5 lengths off the leader. 600 metres left to go. Kingston Town, Moist together, 1.5 in advance of Sovereign Red going up on the outside, 3 deep, and just behind them Lawman starting to sprint. Hyperno is blocked away on the fence behind them, and R1 is taking off, and Lawman got pretted back badly and dropped out to last as they make the turn. Kingston Town tackled by Sovereign Red on the outside. Sovereign Red on the outside. Kingston Town is fighting back with just over 200 metres left to go. Kingston Town on the inside and Sovereign Red. Kingston Town about a neck in front of Sovereign Red. Kingston Town a half length now, a length. Kingston Town in front. Sovereign Red weakening. Kingston Town the champion, too good. Kingston Town won it by over a length for Sovereign Red. 2 lengths away, third Hyperno.
That's his best. Was R1. Coming down near the turn, 500 metres left to go, and it's Kingston Town in front. On the outside, Sovereign Red moved up to tackle him, and they're followed by Hyperno. Arwen hooked to the outside, and Lawman dropped off last. Into the straight now on the outside, Sovereign Red's headed Kingston Town. Third is Hyperno, and they're followed back by Arwen. Down to the 200 metre mark, Sovereign Red and Kingston Town locked together. Kingston Town finding plenty on the inside now. He's drawn a neck clear. Sovereign Red won't give in, but it's Kingston Town for the money. He's broken the hoodoo today, and Kingston Town wins by a length and a quarter. Game run second, Sovereign Red, Hyperno 2 lengths away third. They're followed then by Arwen, Lawman, and a long gap to Moist.
His best, though, was this magnificent chestnut. He ran as superbly as he looked. He was Rancher, and he was a champion.
But this is in no danger, being eased right down, Rancher. 3 in a row. Great horse this fellow. Rancher comes down to score.
The so-called experts used to grill...
But this is in no danger, being eased right down, Rancher. 3 in a row. Great horse this fellow. Rancher comes down to score.
The so-called experts used to grill Charlie over and over about one thing. that he kept putting son Norman on when the top jockeys were falling over each other.
They're climbing the hill at the 1200-metre mark, flashing light by 2 lengths. Mr. Cromwell second. Running a perfect race third is No Peer, and they're followed in 4th spot then on the inside by Penny Edition. Polar Air was running 5th, 2 lengths back behind them, My Axeman. Glenson starting to go forward on the outside. Brewery Boy improving 2, and then Just a Dash. Sovereign Red off the fence. A length farther back, Our Paddy Boy, Hyperno taking off 3 and 4 wide. They're followed by Rio de Janeiro, Silver Bounty a fair way back. Then Shamrock, Deck the Hall second last, and Tasman last of all. They've got 700 metres left to go in the cup. Flashing light by a length, Mr. Cromwell. No Peer running third. 4th was Penny Edition. No Peer sprinting forward now. Mr. Independent improving out wider on the track, and so is the lightweight Brewery Boy. They're followed by Polar Air as they thunder down to the turn now. 400 left to go. Flashing light about to be joined by No Peer. Brewery Boy sprinting up 3 wide. Under the whip, Mr. Cromwell behind them, and then Penny Edition. As they straighten the favourite, No Peer first into the straight from Flashing Light. On the outside, Penny Edition finishing fairly, followed by Brewery Boy. Our Paddy Boy and Silver Bounty right down the outside. 100 metres left to go. No Peer in front. Silver Bounty cutting No Peer down on the outside. Silver Bounty and No Peer. Silver Bounty on the outside going a shade the better. No Peer kicking back again. Oh, jolly, it's tight. It's very tight. An inch from the line, it was definitely Silver Bounty, and Midge Denham. No Peer's kicked again. By Penny Edition finishing fairly, followed by Brewery Boy. Our Paddy Boy and Silver Bounty right down the outside. 100 metres left to go. No Peer in front. Silver Bounty cutting No Peer down on the outside. Silver Bounty and No Peer. Silver Bounty on the outside going a shade the better. No Peer kicking back again. Oh, jolly, it's tight. It's very tight. An inch from the line, it was definitely Silver Bounty, and Midge Denham. No Peer's kicked again. Tight also for third, Brewery Boy, Deck the Halls. They're followed by My Axeman, and then Our Paddy Boy out wide.
Was going to win. It was the race of the spring.
Racing, Prince Ruling first out from Kingston Town. Bin Binger away well from Sovereign Red, Coiro Trelay, Deck the Halls. Then Fearless Pride, Silver Bounty, Lawman, and Last Belmura Lad. And jockeys are trying to get positions as they go to the judge, with Prince Ruling leading, Bin Binger second, and Quinton Settle, Kingston Town third on the rails. Wonder Sovereign Red as they swept out of the straight from Fearless Pride, Deck the Halls. A length and a half to Lawman, trapped 3 deep around Silver Bounty and Coiro Trelay, and Belmura Lad is last. Prince Ruling led at the 1600, hung off the track. A length and a half, Bin Binger. Half a length to Kingston Town. A length and a half, Sovereign Red. 2 to Fearless Pride. Then Deck the Halls, the inside from Lawman, who can't get on the track and is pulling away from the fence from Belmura Lad and Coiro Trelay. And still only 6 lengths covered them. At the 1000, Prince Ruling 3 parts to Bin Binger. A length and a quarter, Kingston Town the rails. Lawman's now moved up to help put him in a pocket with Sovereign Red in the centre. 1 away then is Deck the Hall. Silver Bounty letting go 3 deep from Fearless Pride. Then Belmura Lad and Coiro Trelay. Up by the 500, Bin Binger took the lead now from Prince Ruling. Lawman out 3 deep, and Kingston Town is pocketed at the moment in the centre. Then Silver Bounty from Sovereign Red and Deck the Halls and Fearless Pride. Up by the 500, Bin Binger joined by Lawman. On the rails, Prince Ruling from Silver Bounty. Quinton's in trouble on Kingston Town. He's trying to find somewhere to go. They're followed by Sovereign Red. He's not responding, Kingston Town. On the turn, it's Bin Binger from Lawman. 2 lengths to Kingston Town, now getting out from Silver Bounty. Kingston Town's got out. He's pulled the whip on him, tackling Lawman quickly. Kingston Town raced to Lawman from Silver Bounty. It's Kingston Town, Lawman in front. Kingston Town wearing him down. He'll win. The $1 Million Man's won it. Kingston Town a half length to Lawman. Half length to Lawman. Bin Binger a close third from Silver Bounty, Sovereign Red. Then Deck the Halls, Coiro Trelay. Behind it, Belmura Lad, Fearless Pride, and Prince Ruling is last.
And we're ready. Right on racing. Trading Post jumped quickly down near the inside. Rancher now starting to accelerate quickly. Trading Post in front, settling, joined immediately by Rancher. And Rancher raced to the lead, coming down towards the 800-metre mark, and immediately opened up a break of about 3 lengths. Settling down second was Trading Post, Jack a Dandy on the outside from Bare Fists, and then Arabidal over the crossing now, and Rancher's got a break of 4 or 5 lengths. Jack a Dandy and Trading Post having a battle for the minors at this early stage. Onto the course proper now, 300 to go. He's having a look around a bit, Rancher, but he's well clear by about 6 lengths. Jack a Dandy slipped into second place, followed by Trading Post. 400 metres left to go. Rancher 6 lengths clear. Second is Jack a Dandy, then Trading Post, Arabidal under the whip, and then Bare Fists. But coming down towards the 200-metre mark, have a look at the champion go. He's out by 6 or 8 lengths, and Rancher's going further ahead. He's being steadied by Norman Weymouth, and Rancher being eased down in the concluding stages, comes down to record a very easy win, scores by 7 lengths. Trading Post was second, 3 lengths away third, Jack-a-Dandy, then Arabidal coming around the long bend, 700 metres left to go, Grey Bandit in front. Moving up on the outside was Birchwood. Brewery Boy with the blinkers has had a very good run. They were followed wider on the track by Venus and Mars, and here comes Ben Binga. As they straighten, 500 metres left to go now. Birchwood over on the outside, grabbed the lead again from Grey Bandit. 3 wide was Venus and Mars, 4 wide Ben Binga, and getting the split is Brewery Boy. 300 metres left to go now. Ben Binga, Birchwood and Brewery Boy. They're locked together now. Birchwood the inside, joined by Brewery Boy and then Ben Binga. 200 metres left to go. On the outside, Brewery Boy drew to the lead. Birchwood fighting back. Brewery Boy under the whip is starting to come away now, and Brewery Boy wins the derby by a length and a half. Birchwood 3 lengths away third, Ben Binga and then Venus and Mars. They're followed home by Rose of Kingston, Fearless Pride and then Lordship. They straighten up and come down to the 400 metre mark at our Paddy Boy in front. Kingston Town, the challenger on the outside, and No Peer driving through in the centre. They're followed by Hyperno down to the 300 metre mark, and No Peer zoom through in the centre to grab the lead from our Paddy Boy. Kingston Town struggling under the whip on the outside, but he's fighting on. No Peer grabbed the lead with 100 to go, and here's Belmura Lad joining in too. Kingston Town, No Peer and Belmura Lad. Belmura Lad's closed the boil over. Belmura Lad wins from Kingston Town and No Peer. Fourth Hyperno, a gap to Coiro Trelay. Then our Paddy Boy, Lord Warden, R1 second last, and Flashing Light has run last.
Of the spring, the Melbourne Cup. But the signs that something were wrong were there in the McKinnon when Belmura Lad beat him. They were there in the mounting yard on Cup Day. The King looked dull in the coat. He finished nearly last. Again, he had foreleg troubles.
Gates fly back, racing in the Melbourne Cup. Belmura Lad jumped out quickly down near the inside with our Paddy Boy well away. Coiro Trelay commenced smartly out wider with No Peer and Mr. Cromwell. They're followed wider on the track by a Lorena. Coming towards the course proper the first time now. Our Paddy Boy, one of the leaders, and joined on the outside by Mr. Cromwell. Al Lorena is there too. They're followed by Just a Dash, and moving up about 5 wide now is Magistrate. Cocked Hat in that pack, followed by Hyperno out about 5 or 6 wide. Coiro Trelay centre field settling down, followed then by Flashing Light, Diatric. Hands is back on the inside, No Peer just ahead of that pack, and then Favoloso. They're followed by Bright Halo and then Anza Sea Pole, Red Gun. Kingston Town's back third last. Next to last was R1, and Pelican Point is last. On second last on the champ. Kingston Town dropped out to be last of all. Running up past the 1800 metre mark, still Magistrate in front by 3 parts of a length. Cocked Hat, a neck away third, Mr. Cromwell. Running fourth, Hyperno, and then our Paddy Boy over on the inside. Going around them quickly now. Flashing Light's going to put a bit of pressure on the leaders. And racing past the 1600 metre mark, Flashing Light sprinted around to grab the lead from Magistrate. Now the pace certainly quickens. 2 lengths away in third spot over on the outside was Cocked Hat, and they're followed by Mr. Cromwell. Next, Hyperno, followed then by our Paddy Boy the inside. Going forward was El Lorena and then Just a Dash. They're followed 2 away by Coiro Trelay. Lord Warden the inside from No Peer. Then Red Gun, the grey deck, the Halls on the inside was next. They were followed 2 lengths away behind that pack, then by Kingston Town starting to wind up. R1's getting a fair way back in the field, followed by Pelican Point, and Seapole dropped out to be last. Past the 1,000 metre mark in the Cup, Flashing Light the leader from Magistrate. Cocked Hat was still there, and they're followed then by Mr. Cromwell. On the outside, Hyperno improving, and then Just a Dash on the inside from Bright Halo. They're followed on the outside by El Lorena going forward. A length farther back was Coiro Trelay and then Red Gun. No Peer improving between runners, followed by Kingston Town out wide. Deck the Halls getting a fair way back, followed by Diatric and Seapole, and Lord Warden dropped out to be last. Into the straight, 500 metres left to go in the Melbourne Cup. Flashing Light the first into the straight. Tackle immediately on the outside by our Paddy Boy. 3 wide was Magistrate, 4 wide was Mr. Cromwell. El Lorena in the clear, running on fairly well, followed by Hyperno. Then Coiro Trelay and No Peer. 300 left to go, and our Paddy Boy on the outside has moved up to grab the lead in the Cup. But coming in quickly now is Belmura Lad and Just a Dash. Just a Dash has darted clear now. Just a Dash is out 2 lengths clear of El Lorena and then our Paddy Boy. And Just a Dash is going to win the Melbourne Cup. Just a Dash by 2 lengths, El Lorena. Flashing Light ran third. Just a Dash, ridden by Peter Cook, was first.
His way into the picture. On the turn, Flashing Light led a length. Our Paddy Boy's got out. from Magistrate, and Mr. Cromwell makes a line of 4. Hyperno on the outside is next, and further back is Deck the Halls. El Lorena trying to get out, and then No Peer under the whip. It's our Paddy Boy in front of the 300 with Just a Dash, the challenger. Then Flashing Light beaten, El Lorena running on. Hyperno under the whip, No Peer can't win, and Kingston Town's going to nearly run last. But Just a Dash sprinted to the lead. 200 to go, and Just a Dash raced away from El Lorena, our Paddy Boy, Hyperno. And in the run home, Just a Dash is surprised. It's won by 2.5 lengths to El Lorena.
1,000 to go down the riverside now, and Sandbagger swept to the lead. Pearl Lover went up second. L.A. Bijou going with it a neck away. Free Empire's gone, and His Magistrate, he's moved up to 4th, the old bloke, and Bobby Skelton's got a good grip on him. They're followed by Scarlet Thread and Aldrich around the outside. Little Imogil, hard-ridden, Queen Inca coming into it. 700 to go now, and the leader is still Sandbagger. Led a length and a half. Here's L.A. Bijou now throwing out the challenge. Pearl Lover struggling a little, and 4 deep is Magistrate. One away then at the head of the others is Manitoma, who's made a big run from Aldrich, Scarlet Thread and Little Imogil. On the turn, and L.A. Bijou's tackling this leader, Sandbagger. Can he get the distance, though? He's going beautifully. Willits takes him to the lead. L.A. Bijou in front from Sandbagger. Here's Magistrate called on the outside with at the head of the others, Pearl Lover. But Willits dashed L.A. Bijou away at the 200. He's 2 in front. In second place, Magistrate under the whip, and they're followed by Pearl Lover. Willits keeping him going. L.A. Bijou stopping. Magistrate lunging at him. L.A. Bijou just in front. Magistrate grabs him, and he's won. Magistrate ahead to L.A. Bijou. Third is Scarlet Pearl. Pearl Lover rather about a length away. Just behind it, and then came Manitoma the outside. Little Imogil, Brecken.
And was still ahead of him. But now the great athlete was gone. The great comeback was over. From now, Manicato's heart would be great. From now, he would be doing it on courage.
Into a race, fit enough to win, but not overworked so there's any soreness, or not too much soreness in his legs. And you couldn't do it really with a normal horse because you're striking too fine a balance. But Cato, where I've missed out a little bit, he's made up for that with his...
The 3 gods in the pantheon of the Australian turf are Carbine, Farlap and Tulloch. Manicato isn't quite up there with them, but he achieved one thing they didn't. He was a champion for 6 consecutive seasons. And if that's a testimony to his heart, his pounding will to win, and of course it is, it's also testimony to the horsemanship of R. Hoisted. That horsemanship and a lot of ice brought Manicato back for the William Reid again in 1982.
Racing. Jumped away pretty well. Manicato in front of Watney when they settled with Atlantic Flyer. Full on Aces. Silver Bounty is second last, and Copper Rocket last. Manicato under double wraps led at the 1,000, joined by Atlantic Flyer and Tiz. 1 length further back there on the inside, ahead to Tiz. 1.5 Atlantic Flyer, 1 to Watney. A neck full on Aces, 1 to Silver Bounty and 3 to Copper Rocket with 600 to go. Manicato striding out nicely, about a neck to Tiz. 1 to Watney has gone up very quickly, not a lot of pace on. Then Atlantic Flyer, 1 to Silver Bounty, is very close to the leaders here. 1.5 full on Aces and Copper Rocket with 400 to go. Manicato ahead to Tiz and Watney out 3 deep. 1.5 further back, Silver Bounty, and then Atlantic Flyer under great pressure, and the 3-year-olds aren't in it. On the corner, Manicato held together about a head to Watney 3 deep. Tiz weakening a little in the centre, and then Silver Bounty. Go for home, Gary. It's into the straight. Manicato a half length to Watney, followed by Tiz, and then Silver Bounty. Manicato drew a half length, 3/4 in front. He's got it, 1-4 in a row. The old man's back. Manicato goes on the win by 2 lengths. Tiz might have got second, and nose in front of Watney, ahead to Silver Bounty.
Galleon stopped him winning his 4th consecutive futurity.
Ahead by Watney, Tiz in the centre. Running 4th, Silver Bounty about to be hooked out deep, and then Atlantic Flyer into the straight at the 200-metre mark, and Manicato, Willits allowed him to slide along. He got away now from Watney. Tiz in the centre, and then Silver Bounty. Cato under pressure on the outside. Watney trying hard, but Manicato's too good. The champ's in front, flying down the outside, Silver Bounty, but Manicato wins the Reid Stakes again. Tiz could have got second from Watney, then Silver Bounty, full on Aces. Atlantic Flyer second last, and Copper Rocket last. Racing. First out was on the outside, Raonier. Rancher commenced smartly with War Chest. Grosvenor handy today, going with Rancher. Mighty Manitou just behind them. Unrokalora going quickly over on the inside to be prominent after the start too, as they settled fully into stride. and Rancher just the leader now from Unrokalora moving up second with Mighty Manitou, Lady Nelia behind them. 2 lengths to War Chest from Grosvenor, then 2 lengths behind them Irish Zephyr, the greatest next with Sir Trout, Formal Invitation, and Sokola was last of all. 700 metres left to go. Unrokalora matching strides with Rancher on the outside. 2 lengths away, third was Mighty Manitou and then Lady Nelia. War Chest starting to improve on the outside. Grosvenor tracking War Chest but under the whip, and 3 lengths to Irish Zephyr. They're followed by Sir Trout behind them and then Rayonier. On the turn, 400 to go, and Rancher kicked away by 2 lengths on Rokalora. Running third was Mighty Manitou under the whip, and they're followed then by Grosvenor and War Chest, but Rancher's clear at the 300 metre mark. He's 3 lengths in front. War Chest running on down the outside with Mighty Manitou. 150 metres left to go. Rancher's 3 lengths clear. War Chest on the outside coming home quickly. Rancher stopping to a walk near the line. War Chest flying with Grosvenor. Rancher's holding on, the crowd cheering. The champ's lasted. Back to the flat side now. One of the leaders in the early part was Sovereign Ghost with Harpagus. He's a Hayes is there too. Razor Sharp going up towards that leading pack, and they're followed then by Copperama. Zegna Wider on the track with Penny Edition and Rani's Palace. Beach Boy on its own behind that pack, and down the outside we find Papal Bull leading Soldier of Fortune, then Tower Bell and Latin Saint. Onto the course proper in the Newmarket, 500 metres left to go, and the leader Sovereign Ghost. Razor Sharp moving up on the outside with Copperama, and then Penny Edition running on. Harpagus back behind them with He's a Hayes, and down the outside Papal Bull's a clear leader there from Soldier of Fortune. Papal Bull out deep on the track is probably the leader at the 200 metre mark under the whip. Razor Sharp driving through nearer the inside, 150 metres left to go. Papal Bull out wide, Razor Sharp over on the flat side. Razor Sharp's a clear leader, and Razor Sharp's well clear. Penny Edition flying when it's all over, but Razor Sharp wins the Newmarket from Penny Edition. Pure of Heart got up to get third, then Yurtiz followed by Harpagus, Bold Commodore. Copperama behind them, followed by Rani's Palace, Apollo Flame, Papal Bull, and then Sovereign Ghost, Zegna. Well back was Beach Boy, and then Latin Saint, Soldier of Fortune, He's a Hayes, and Tower Bell is the last one in.
Went to Sydney and took his revenge on Opera Prince in the Canterbury Stakes. The horse that had bled, the horse with bad legs, blazed over the 1,200 metres in 1:09.5.
For home in the Canterbury Stakes, You Bet I Do, the leader from Manicato. Opera Prince pulled to the outsiders, making ground in a hurry, followed by Swift Gun, and then Calm Joe coming to the 200 though. Manicato again tackling You Bet I Do. Opera Prince can't reach them. The champ Manicato got the better of You Bet I Do. Manicato starting to sprint away. Opera Prince trying courageously, but the champ for the money. He's too good, Manicato. The powerhouse sprinter wins again. Opera Prince.
And Hot Opera over on the outside got out very fast, and so did Regal Carrioy, who's being hard ridden. Vain Darrah's got out well, so did Beans, Food for Thought, Masqué. On the outside, Duke Diamond just behind them. Worcester's handy. Grosvenor's last. Last away, Grosvenor. He's gone past Confession soon after the start, and Mighty Manitou with him and Rose of Hawa, but he's giving the leader about 15 lengths start as they go to the 800. Regal Carrioy by a length and a quarter to Hot Opera, length away Vain Darrah, 2.5 Worcester and Beans, 2 to Masqué, 1 to Food for Thought, 2 lengths to Jade Lowe's, Carrioy Star, Duke Diamond behind them, Glitch and then Explicit. Grosvenor's run past 2 or 3, but he's still a mile out of it. Rose of Hawa last with Mighty Manitou. They're on the bend for home, and Regal Carrioy joined by Vain Darrah on the outside. They both made the turn a bit awkwardly. Worcester is third, 2 lengths behind them, and then Masqué followed by Beans, and at the head of the others then Food for Thought. Grosvenor is into the clear now and starting to come home, but he's still 8 or 10 off the lead, and Vain Darrah's got well clear. Masqué coming after at the 200, and they're in front from Worcester. Grosvenor running on, but he's giving away too much. It's Vain Darrah in front from Masqué, tackling her on the outside. Masqué's doing better. He races to Vain Darrah, and Masqué comes away, gives Jack Denham the Quinella. Masqué by 2 lengths to Vain Darrah, 2.5 to Grosvenor, just got up to beat Explicit and Food for Thought for third. Then Confessions, Worcester, Jade Lace, Beans, followed by Gletchen. Carrioy Star is next, and then at the head of the others came Rose of Hawa, Mighty Manitou. Next home then was Duke Diamond, last as Regal Carrioy, and last of all with her was Hot Opera. A big chestnut colt. He's only lost 1 race, and that was narrowly to Mr. McGinty, and with Ron Quinton waving his cap.
I said, it'll be Masqué. And when I put Quinton on, I said, Ron, you rode a lot of winners? He said, yes. I said, I've trained a lot of winners. He said, yes. I said, well, this is the best thing ever I put a saddle on in my life. I said, he cannot get beat.
to the straight, and Vaindara raced up to take the lead. Vaindara's got to the front, turning for home from Regal Carrioi. Mars Kay and Broadchest under heavy pressure are going after the leader. At the 200, Vaindara clear. He's pulled the whip on it. Mars Kay's the danger. The big colt Mars Kay going after Vaindara. It's a Jack Denham Quinella coming up. Vaindara tackled by Mars Kay. Mars Kay coming home the better, and the big colt Mars Kay wins the slipper.
Another gold in his cap. They're off a lovely start too, and Folk Hero jumped well. Smiler Kyle can't go, and he dropped out about third last soon after the start. Playful Prince began well, and Galleon is well out too. He's not going to lead them by the look of things though. Foregone Conclusion handy, and so too on the outside Christian Prince. Around the traps is next, and a length further back Winter's Dance, followed by Pride of Century, Fox Bay, Dalmatia. Then on the inside Smiler Kyle, Nordic Prince, 2 to My Gold Hope, Co, and the last 2 are Osmeridian and My Star Sapphire. On the first, Fox Bay. Around the traps, caught 3 wide on the rails, Pride of Century. A length and a half further back, then came Christian Prince. A half the Nordic Prince on his outside from Winter's Dance, Smiler Kyle, and then Dalmatia, My Gold Hope, and Co. And the last, Osmeridian, and back alongside him is My Star Sapphire. Inside the 600, and the leader now, Grey Sapphire, by about 3 parts of a length to Folk Hero. 3/4 of a length on the outside to Playful Prince from Galleon in the centre, being bustled along a bit, Galleon, to hold his position there. A length further back, Foregone Conclusion, and they were followed then by Christian Prince on the outside. Up the rise, and still Grey Sapphire from Playful Prince. Galleon's under the whip behind them. On the outside next then is around the traps, and coming home, My Gold Hope down the centre, the New Zealander. It's swept to the lead, My Gold Hope from Star Sapphire. In third place around the traps and finishing pretty well, Smiler Kyle, but My Gold Hope is drawing right away, and My Gold Hope has bolted in with the Doncaster by about 3 lengths. Close for second, Grey Sapphire or Smiler Kyle. Fourth, Winter's Dance from Pride of Century, Co. And one of the first to get going, Bin Binger, and Rose of Kingston got out well, and so too did Reform. Guilty Boy whizzing over from the outside, and Our Planet going with him, and they were followed by Mr. Digby. Then about a length and a half further back, Gurner's Lane. Isle of Man caught 3 or 4 wide going to the turn out of the straight. Vortilla and Pavilion with him, and Legallion last. Cook's gone right over behind the fielder he went to, and then he changed his mind as they left the straight. And with about 2,000 to go, man second last, and last Legallion. They go along to about the 1,000 metres. There's a reasonable pace being set by Bin Binger, who led 3/4 of a length to Guilty Boy. A length and a half away in third place, Lordship racing outside Our Planet. About a length and a half behind them. Then on the inside, Rose of Kingston and Vortilla joining her. A little over a length further back then at the head of the others came on the rails Reform. Mr. Digby's with him, and a half to Gurner's Lane from Lost Valley, and then came Pavilion, Prince of Norodom. Next, after a length and a half, Isle of Man back third last at the 800 from Green with Envy, and last is Legallion. About 6.50 to go in the derby, and it's still Bin Binger in front from Guilty Boy, and a length further behind them. Then on the inside is Lordship. Our Planet's gone up quickly around the outside. Rose of Kingston is next, and they were followed by Vortilla. About a length further back at the head of the others then is Lost Valley out very wide. Isle of Man's going to turn for home with only about 3 behind him. Up the rise now, and the leader is on the outside. Our Planet just in front, but Rose of Kingston pounced immediately. Rose of Kingston takes the lead over the rise. About a length or so now to Our Planet, a length and a half further back, Reform, followed by Mr. Digby. Gurner's Lane is running on, but Rose of Kingston's got the derby won. She's making history. Go, Rosie, go! She's got it won. Rose of Kingston, a length and a quarter. Our Planet is second, Gurner's Lane third. Fourth is Mr. Digby, followed at the head of the others by Lordship, and then came Reform. Next, Legallion, Isle of Man, never in it, then Pavilion, Green with Envy, Guilty Boy, Bin Binger. You better hear this reception. The
house sprinter wins again. Opera Prince second.
But then the knockers were out again after Manicato ran third to My Gold Hope in the all-aged. Manicato again went to the paddock.
Around the home turn, 450 metres to go. Ideal Planet about to be joined by Arbogast. Mr. Magic and Raspador next, followed by Tame on the outside. LA Show. Swiftfox is starting to run home well. Equatorial next. My Gold Hope full to the outside. Cannon into Seeker's Gold. And Pride of Century coming home well past the 200. Ideal Planet the leader. Look at Grey Receiver and Mr. Magic flashing home. Grey Receiver race to the lead. Equatorial and Mr. Magic battling home well. But Grey Receiver is sprinting away, and he wins the Elders. Grey Receiver first. Mr. Magic second. Equatorial third. Seeker's Gold flew to get fourth. Then Latins win Wimbledon, followed further back then by Smiler Kyle, Opera Prince Tame. My Gold Hope finished about midfield, and Baskiri racing
Addington near the inside, fairly away. Wide out, yeah, 'tis Mr. Magic began brilliantly. Circle of Song and Todonic well away. Ideal Planet came out running. Venom about midfield with Grey Receiver, followed by Obergast. My Gold Hope is next to last, and Beach Boy out the rear of the field. 650 metres to go, and Addington the pilot. A length and a half, Ideal Planet in a perfect spot. Todonic third inside, Cobra, then Venom, Mr. Magic. They're followed by Circle of Song. Arbogast about to make his run in the centre, getting closer over the inside. Yertis is next, and they're followed by Magari. Further back, Beach Boy and Grey Receiver working through over near the inside. Into the straight, 300 metres to go, and Ideal Planet dash to the lead now from Addington and Todonic. Grey Receiver's in the clear. He's starting to come home well with getting closer. Mr. Magic down the outside. Ideal Planet led with 100 metres to go. Grey Receiver coming at Ideal Planet. Ideal Planet in front of Grey Receiver, and Ideal Planet won the race. Ideal Planet beat Grey Receiver, third Beach Boy, fourth Magari, then Arbogast, My Gold Hope, Todonic, Mr. Magic, Lorella. Getting closer, Yertis, Venom, Circle of Song, Cobra, and Addington last of all in the Rothmans 100 of 1982. Around the home turn on the 4X Cup, short of 350 metres to go. Inluck moved up to join Gallant Spectre, tackled by WM with a big run. Astralin about to get in the clear. Coa's coming home well. Shamrock and El Arena down the outside. WM in front, 150 metres to go. Astralin running home well, and Shamrock and El Arena. But WM is clear in the 4X Cup, and WM wins the money. WM first, second Astralin, third a photo. Either El Arena or Shamrock. Behind them, Cup short of 350 metres to go. Inluck moved up to join Gallant Spectre, tackled by WM with a big run. Astralin about to get in the clear. Coa's coming home well. Shamrock and El Arena down the outside. WM in front, 150 metres to go. Astralin running home well, and Shamrock and El Arena. But WM is clear in the 4X Cup, and WM wins the money. WM first, second Astralin, third a photo. Either El Arena or Shamrock. Behind them, Co, Smiler, Kyle. Then Des Parr, Prince Wayan, Pelican Point, Smoky Babylon, Clive Comet, further back in Luff. They're followed by Miles Better, Karzam, Gallant Spectre. A long way back, Abbott, Top Where, Almond Valley. And last in was Jumpin' Pin in the 4X Cup.